Okay guys, at the tree service yard, and I see they got some white oak that they put aside here. They're gonna do something with that. But I did come yesterday and I saw all this mulberry here, and there's a little bit of apple up in there too. There's some drywood up there as well, looks like. And is that some sugar maple? You can always use the sugar maple. Ooh, and that's that eastern redbud stuff. Nice. This apple's kind of rotten, but there's some good stuff there. Maybe that piece is good. And some dry pine, I guess I'll take that. Finish off that pine crate. See, there's some very small pieces of white oak. Anything up there? No. Anything around this side? Let's see. Nope. It's the usual crap. Anyways, I'm gonna get this stuff loaded up, bring it over to the wood yard. I just went and dumped all the sawdust and the bark. I've been really busy, guys, trying to fill the wood yard. Doing 12 bins a week of debris and sawdust and everything. This is a sizable mulberry. Check out this piece here. Is this? No, that's not sugar maple. I just want to grab the apple for now. Crab apple, actually. Any more of that crab apple around? Not seeing anything. Yeah, pine's nice and dry. There's gonna be some boiler wood out of this mulberry, I guess. There's lots of end cuts coming out of this load here. So there'll be plenty for smoker wood. Trying to load a bunch up at the front there. Put some weight up there. There's all the empty bins. This mulberry is kind of dead. It's kind of dry. But not very much overall. And you can tell the difference. This stuff is really heavy. And this one I shouldn't have been able to pick up like that. I'm sure got a lot of weight on the axles. Not at the back end of the trailer, so that it fishtails when I'm driving. I'm not going on the highway with this load though. That's for sure. Okay, that looks like it's it. Okay, so after I left the tree service company, I made a couple calls to see if I was gonna do any of the other jobs that I had to do today, and no go. So I said it's about 1 o'clock. I'm just gonna go get some lunch, which I usually do before I go to the wood yard and split, but now I'm gonna be earlier by 2, even 3 hours. So no disturbances. I'm just gonna get some lunch. I'll eat right in the restaurant. I'll get in the truck and I'll go up to the wood yard, start processing wood. As soon as I figure that out, the phone rings. It's the tree service company that calls me to go pick up wood, and they got some walnut and cherry and they need it done today. So I asked the guy, why didn't you tell me before? And he said it's an emergency job. So I'm just dumping this load of mulberry off, and I'm gonna head over there and pick up the cherry and walnut. Okay guys, here it is. Not much cherry, bunch of walnut. I don't want too much of this stuff, but I can always throw it aside for later if it's too much. But yeah, it's just a quick load up and I'll be back in the wood yard soon. Okay, back at the wood yard, and I forgot my tripod. Came back earlier and I noticed all these feathers in the wood yard. I guess some red-tailed hawk took advantage of a pigeon. I guess I'm going to start with this mulberry and eastern redbud. You guys see this stuff before? Some good hardwood, you can tell. It seems like mulberry. The bark patterns look similar, even though it's a different color, but the inside is yellow, just like the mulberry. But yeah, nice dense stuff. Okay, so almost 3 full wheelbarrows done, and I'm gonna get the single wood splitter and I'm gonna come up and finish these resplits, and then some of these curvy pieces of wood I'll split those as well. I'm not sure how much I'll get done, but I'll get some done anyway. I'll just clear up some stuff here a little bit and fire it up. Okay, well, I didn't even film any action with the Speco, but I got 3 wheelbarrows done. Processed pretty quick. There's a bunch of like 14, 15 inch in there, some 16 inch, and I pulled out some of the walnut from the truck too. A lot of the mulberry's done, but I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with some of the rest because there's some bad cuts left over. I just cut the good stuff, and I might just make the rest into smoker wood. Not all of it, but whatever firewood I can make. A bunch of stuff, even if I trim it off the edges, it'll be like 14 inch and stuff. So I'm gonna get to stacking, and then I'll see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and all that good stuff.